The microphone is now working. There we go. Turn that down a smidgen. All right. Hello and welcome. I hope you're all doing well. Happy... What day are we on? It's Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Sorry, I've spent all morning sort of doing some editing for the video, which is going live tomorrow, which is going to be fun. It's almost ready. I just have to do a bit more editing, and then I need to do some... do a voiceover. That's basically what I'm doing tonight. That's tonight's fun stuff. In the meantime, today we'll be looking at these guys, the Ash Waste Nomads. We're building them. Is that Nightbot? Oh, Stream Elements. What a bonus it is to see you today. Okay, so yeah, we're going to be building some of these. We've only got an hour, basically, so let's just get stuck into it. The one I would like to build, first of all, is the Nomad Watcher, which is this one right here, and the Chieftain. So those two I'd like to definitely build. The rest of the people are, well, I don't know, meat shields, so it doesn't really matter. But hello and welcome, happy Tuesday to you all. I'm not sure about the basing. I'm not entirely sure about the basing. I'll just blue tack them on for the moment. I can't... I assume we're going to be doing some desert of some variety. Is it going to be sort of yellow sandy desert, brownish sandy desert, red sandy desert? Who knows what variety of desert, but it will be some kind of desert. Folks, if you are here live, do like the stream. It's a huge help. If you are watching the VOD version, also do consider liking, subscribing, and hitting the bell for notifications. Every little helps, especially for a small stream like this, YouTube channel even, or stream, whatever you want to call it. Tug on those heartstrings. Da, 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 da. All right, in the meantime, we're going to get 22 and 21. And I can't remember if both of these sprees are exactly the same. Yes, they are. Okay, so they're both the same. So I'll put this one to the side, much like yesterday with the Helamite dust. The Dustback Helamite. I kept calling them the Outback Helamites the other day, yesterday, but anywho, today is another day. 22 and 21. Let's get stuck into it. Whereabouts? Oh god, this is why there's 22. Here is 22. So I had some news right before I went live about my niece. I know it's about as far as that is about all the detail I'm going to be giving, but it was good news. So happy days there. Having a slight bit of stress over that last few days. So 21. Here we go. Right here. Oh, hello. We have been painting this up over on the Twitch stream. Twitch.tv/Glorious Badger. That is where we are painting that Age of Sigmar Stormcast. I don't 21. I don't normally paint a huge amount of Stormcast. They are nice to paint as a palette cleanser though. As a bit of a break from last week's Imperial Fists and all that sweet yellow. Apparently you can have too much of a good thing. Look at this. Look how glorious that is. Fabulous stuff. And I just dropped the bit of plastic. Curses. So. Here we go. I think we can zoom in now. Now the box has been shown off. We can do digital zoom 4 times. There we go. So, let us clean this little bad boy up as quickly as we can. Just as quickly as possible. Yeah, so on Twitch we'll be painting up the Stormcast again. We were doing the cloak yesterday. It probably needs a bit more refining, truth be told, but we got like that purple needs some refining. The white part of the robes, we're going to be working on that today, which is going to be interesting. I don't normally paint huge amounts of white. However, it does need to be looked at today, so that is what we're going to be doing. Lovely jubbly. Now, I did see a message that I have to reply to very quickly. Just 1 second. Is what I'm going to do. Okay, remove this bit here. Let's see if this... There. Dokie. So, there's a bit on the neck. Okay, so these parts go together like so. We got arm sockets, neck bit, and a leg stump. So these parts are going to go together. I've got to send a message really quickly. I had a message to send and it's disappeared. Let me see if I can do it via the phone, like an old-fashioned person. So it's this, that, that. Lovely jubbly. Sorry about that. Right now. Oh crikey. Lamates is still judging me. Oh god. Lamates, I'm so sorry. It's going to happen. One day we will get you painted. And it will be fabulous. I mean, finished painted. We have obviously started the painting of you. But it's going to be a bit longer before we even get around to finishing painting you. You are just too fabulous. And then we got Mephiston to paint up as well. Ah, dear. I don't quite know the scheme we're going to be going with for Mephiston, but he does need to get painted. So let's just put the glue in there, smash these things in here like that, like so. Glue down there. Alrighty, daddy. So while we're leaving this to dry, we will get the next parts, which is his bit of leg and his backpack, 25. Very important stuff. Let us locate those bad boys. Okie dokie. So, did I say 25? I did say 25 and 24. So, 30, 25 right here. 25 is this part. So this is the chieftain that we're building. Like, I know we're basically doing a lot of building on YouTube here for the live streams, and I know that's probably not ideal. However, I do find sometimes it is nice to see a building of, because I know in the past sometimes I've been building a kit and I haven't quite figured out. It hasn't been immediately obvious quite how something fits together. And seeing someone build it on stream, or like live at least, either via live video or indeed a VOD type thing, it has been a huge help in the past. Not all the time, like the majority of the time, I can get my head around most of these things. However, there are definitely occasions in the past when I have had to resort to using video for a bit more guidance. So hopefully in the future, one of these videos might help someone, even if it's a little bit. If that's the thing which happens, then I'll be a happy chappy. What would make me an even happier chappy is if I could find part number 24, which is a leg. It's usually a case of someone in chat finding the part way before. way before I do, but not in this case. I have defeated everybody. There we go. It's more of a bit of ankle and a bit of foot rather than anything else. There is a very that is very that's looking very breakable to me. Like a steampunk high heel type deal. Let's get that on relatively quickly because I don't want that either being lost or just destroyed through my own sort of like not paying attention. I've still yet to find the Dreadnought head. It's still somewhere on the floor. This is the exact problem. I tidied up the office the other day. Everything has been muddled around, and I don't think that's helped the situation. Like before, I knew where everything was. Now, it's all in a disaster. Trying to get rid of some of these seams relatively quickly. I'm a bit of a... I do dislike the seams quite a bit. They're rather disgusting. Okie dokie. So, this leg goes on like... Okay, there's a little bit of a sort of gap kind of in there where I think this little thing goes into. Or not. Or actually it does. It does. So I just wasn't applying enough pressure. So there is a little hole, like where the two of these body parts come together. There is a slight little hole right there. This is where this goes into. You just need to apply a bit of pressure and and cross your fingers that you don't absolutely ruin it. So, bit of glue. Actually, hold on. Let me get rid of this bit here. Bit too much glue there. That's all there is to it. Does he stand up? Of course he stands up, because I built it. It's amazing. So, you can just about see where that goes. So that is a good time. I'm happy about that. Thank you very much for liking whoever that was, you little legend. What do we... Backpack needs to go on. Oh, hello. 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 Hold on. It's part 25, or it's part 47. Oh no. I'm very conflicted now. I'm very conflicted. That's I'm going to leave the backpack for a second because there is a bit of sort of flag waving going on here. I do like my characters to have flags and banners generally if possible, so this could be a sweet option. That is part number 47. Let me just eye that up quickly and then we can judge. And that is a proper bit of flag, but that is not what we're looking for. We're looking for this one right. 40... What? That, surely that's the best one. Or this one. That's 48. Son of a bee sting. Where is, Definitely says 47. I feel like I'm being incredibly, there it is, there it is, there it is. Well, I don't know. Well, we can test fit it. It's going to go on one of the miniatures anyway. However, I'm not going to stress about it. It is a good day. Ah, right. Okay. So, sweet backpack. We can have a look at both. He can model both of them for us. And we can make a noise into the microphone while I... Oh, wait. 1A or 1B? Do we do both? Is he so amazing that he wears both backpacks? Oh god, he might be. Oh yes. He wears both. He wears both. I take that back. I thought it was an optional sort of bit. This is just Oh, what a time to be alive. This is a fantastic thing. Okay, so take back everything I just said. He is very fabulous. So I have been pondering color schemes for this miniature. I still can't make my mind up. I don't know what we're going to do. We are going to do something along the lines of... dropping the miniature. I need a drop counter on this as well as Twitch, apparently. Hold on, that's upside down. Wait, hold on. Is this? That was definitely upside down. 2025. Kind of lunacy is this. This is definitely... Okay. Right, this is exactly... Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. Okay, that's how it goes on. Yeah, this is why sometimes I regret the building on stream live, because sometimes I have absolutely no idea how stuff goes together and I just look like a complete muppet. This is why occasionally, like, the watching someone build stuff online is a good thing. We will do some painting streams in the future, I promise. Maybe, like, I like the idea of doing the unboxing video the Saturday and then on the Sunday stream starting to build that kit. So I do like that idea. Like, there are some times when basically there is nothing for me to unbox on that Saturday stream, on that Saturday video. So hopefully in the future... Wait, hold on. How? There. So in the future we will well, hopefully I'll find something to do an unboxing of. Otherwise I'll have to find something else to record, especially if there's like a 2-part video. That would be a if there's a 2-part painting video, I guess the second part would appear on the Saturday. Hopefully that's his foot, it just came loose. Stupid me. I have to fix the foot. The foot just, I just felt it disappear. And if you are, thank you so much for all the likes, you saucy rascals. I hope you're having a good Tuesday. I mean, it's a struggle for me today. I've been staring at this computer screen. I woke up like an hour too early, and I've been staring at the computer screen, editing all morning, and I got a little bit of editing to do tonight. So we went down from an hour and a half of footage to 37 minutes currently. I need to crush that down to... I'm trying to make the Legion painting of videos. So, for example, this is the next one. I'm trying to make them between 15 and 20 minutes. I'm aiming for 15, but some of these videos, they have a few more steps, which does require more, well, time, frankly. So I can't afford to skip any steps, obviously, because I don't want to kind of... Let's get that foot back on. I don't want to miss out on anything for folks, because that would be a disaster. And all that jazz. So, you know, we'll just have to deal with it. But between 15 and 20 minutes for a painting video, I don't think is too bad. Personally, for myself, I'd be quite happy doing a... I like watching long painting videos, especially if I'm painting away. I'd like to kind of absorb some information in the background, which is why I like the long form videos. My personal preference. We need speaking about long form, we need to get the long pointy this thing. This, like, I don't know what it is. It's a mono hook and chain lance, apparently. No, it's a chain lance. That's what we need to get. Which is what we're going to do right now. So there is from Forge World there's a sort of character dustback thing. Like this kit, gotta say, I did not enjoy building that kit at all. It was a bit fiddly. And not in a good way. There's... Oh, crikey, that claw looks disgusting. Maybe we'll paint up the Forge World... Sorry, the, some of this some of this Necromunda stuff on here on YouTube. I think that might be a good idea. We will be painting... I've got a lot of the gangs. I don't have all of the gangs. I've still got Orlocks to get, Goliath, and there's the Cawdor. I've been wanting to get the Redemptionists for a while, so I will get my sweet hands on that at some point. Don't know when, but that would be pretty sweet. And talking about those sort of gangs I want, I will be getting the Necromunda Underworlds Witch Hunter gang. Whatever they're called, something Hexbane or something. It reminds me a lot of the old Mordheim Witch Hunter gang, which is like what I pre-ordered. In fact, it was, I pre-ordered Mordheim way back in the day. I paid sort of 60 quid for Mordheim the game, the Blood on the Streets expansion, and the extra Witch Hunter gang. I think it was 67 quid. I've got the receipt in a box behind me. It was the best deal ever. TM. That's that. Let's quickly just make sure we've got annihilated any little bits, pieces. So yeah. Righty ho. Now, what time is it? I've got to keep my eye on the time. This is like a pre-stream for Twitch. Twitch.tv/GloriousBadger. In case you didn't hear it the first 12 times that I said it. That is where I do stream, like, the painting part of the minis. But this is also a part of the hobby, the building of such things. Now, I do have a Reaver Titan. Chaos Reaver Titan, to be specific. Chilling upstairs. I would love to do an unboxing of that. Unfortunately, the desk currently is just... It's just full of stuff. There is no room for that sort of thing here. So that is basically, once I move house, I look forward to be able to look back on these videos and laugh at the amount of times I was talking about moving house. I look forward to be able to, that's probably the first video I'm going to do, like an unboxing of the Reaver Titan. We will probably do a building series of that here on YouTube, like a build log, and then probably do a bit of painting here and also some on Twitch as well. A bit of both. Now obviously I haven't put the extra flaggy bit on his backpack yet. I just want to make sure his arms fit on. This kind of goes on like, I was expecting there to be a sort of post sticking out of there to attach into here, but there is no post. There is no post, ladies and jelly spoons. We will just have to wiggle it. And hope that everything goes together smoothly. Where is the glue? Not the glue we have been using. We've got the other stuff. Let me just... That is good. Okay, let's prepare ourselves. Okie dokie. Let us get... Sorry, that was just a family message I needed to send. Right. Claw and hand. Let us... Okay, so there is no post there. That's a flat bit there. Crikey. We're just gonna like jam that on. The relative. Okay, all right. Well, one at a time. Yes. With great power comes great responsibility, apparently. Oops. That needle is not... I must say, from this pot of, like... It's definitely happening a lot more. I'm accidentally ripping the needle out from this thing than the normal... Like, normally I will use this one, but they've run out of glue, and I refuse to buy a new one until I've used up all the other glue in the house. So we're just going to have a bit of suffering for the moment while we do that. This is a public stream. Just double checking that. Folks, if you are watching, don't forget to like and all that nonsense. Let's do that. Okay, here we go. Don't you dare misbehave. All right. Okay, so it's tilted slightly forward. Gonna wait a second longer. Hope that it hasn't been a disaster. Okay. It looks relatively okay position-wise. I'm just gonna wait a second. I'm gonna put that to the side. I'm gonna have him stand up. I'm gonna put the other arm on in a bit, because I'm not entirely trustworthy of it yet. What I am gonna do is take this time to locate a bonce for him, and also move on to the Ash Waste Nomad Watcher, which is the other thing I definitely wanted to build today. However, so they have, it said here, suggested face head number 43, which is here. It's obviously the important one right here. Proctor, hello. I know. I like to do a little YouTube stream before I go live over on Twitch. I've only just recently started doing it. However, I've realized it gives me an opportunity to be productive. Like, I'm actually getting stuff built a lot more. Like, otherwise stuff will just sit in boxes for ages. So I'm using this time to be productive. Nordic has me. I know. Listen, I won't tell anyone. I promise. Your secret is safe with me. I hope you're well. Happy Tuesday to you. And thank you so much for swinging by. It does mean a huge amount, I promise. Yeah, I am enjoying, like, doing this YouTube stuff. It's giving me a little bit of something else to focus on rather than just live streaming. Obviously, live streaming is still very important. I'm not going to be dropping that or anything, but it's having to learn how to edit and all that kind of stuff. I'm enjoying, especially now because my editing is terrible. So I'm hoping that we don't make a complete pig's ear of everything. How are you today? Happy? Is there a little bobble on that? No, it's... I think that was supposed to be smooth. Okay. It's also... I've got a bunch of YouTube accounts. So I have my regular one attached to my normal human Gmail account, the one that I use for, like, contacting family and, I guess, like, phone companies and stuff like that that require me to do stuff like that. Then I have my second Gmail account, which I set up for, like, specifically for gaming when I wasn't streaming. And then obviously I have this account. I've probably got others knocking around as well. Alright. Okay, so that is head number 3. So he is ready to go together. Okay. Ashwaste Nomads Watcher, parts 1 and 2. Let's smash those parts together. Once we find them. 1 and 2 right here. Surprisingly enough. And as I said before, I still can't make my mind up on the paint scheme. For my Isha warband gang, obviously I'm very tempted to go with the sort of very neon kind of paint schemes. Also tempted to do get very conflicted. Like, I like the idea of some neon kind of Delac gang. I don't know. We shall see, though. We shall see. Now, okay. I need some toast. I'm definitely having salad tonight. It was been a somewhat productive morning this morning for me. I got the sheets in the wash, all that sort of stuff. Hopefully by the time this stream finishes at 2:30, I'm hoping the wash will be finished and I can go and hang everything up to dry, which will be lovely. And then I just was editing all morning. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Had some sort of good news about the niece. So it's been a good morning. So part number 3. It says part number 5 for his head. I don't know if I'm even going to bother with that. I'll have a look at it in a second. But part number 3 is this part right here. It has his other foot on. It has a great big canister sort of swinging around between his legs, and that's about it really. There we go. All right. So this is the canister thing. There's his leg. And is that water or what? Oxygen? Air? Who knows? I have noticed so I was editing this morning, as I've said. I have noticed that on the editing, I've definitely, like, as I'm painting away, I definitely have a tendency to sort of move down in this direction. Like, I've noticed a lot of the times the miniatures just like drifted off down here. What I need to do is really just tape off a square in the center, and I have to sort of that the camera is generally sort of centered around, and try and stay centered within that. It's been quite irritating, to say the least. However, that is next time I get, well, I got to start painting that Iron Warrior up. I've already got the first layer of paint down. I've laid down the first layer of bronze, and I've also laid down the first layer of black for the sort of shoulder pauldron thingamajiggles. Okay, let's get this guy together. Bit here, I'm not entirely sure. Okie dokie, whatever. Don't need to worry about it. Let's just double check how he goes together. There's that neck. bit. In fact, why do we even need to bother? Just do it like this. Just getting some World of Tanks in. How much, out of interest, how much do you play that? I think I had a friend who tried to get me into that a while ago. I did try it. It didn't quite seem the game for me. I need to sneeze. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. I had to mute myself because it was quite loud. However, so do you play World of Warships as well, or is it just tanks for you? They have a Warhammer Battle Pass. You can work towards a Death Guard Ultramarines or Orc style. Oh, really? Oh, wow. Getting way more into it than the first time I played it. Once you learn how to maneuver, it's mad fun. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to have time, truth be told, for another game. Currently, the only game I'm playing is Call of Duty. Still grinding out those gold camos. I'm going to see how many I can get done between now and October release of the new game. That is my weird goal that I set myself. I've unlocked a couple more. I've got a couple more handguns just about to go gold, and then I got a couple of assault rifles, and then I got a couple of SMGs to do. I know it's definitely not a game for everyone's tastes, but I've always enjoyed them. So yeah, there we go. That is all the reason I need. It's all the reason anyone needs to play a game, really. Enjoyment. However, when so thankfully, Darktide has been pushed back to I think November now, so I'm going to get a bit of time with Call of Duty and then also Darktide. I will be streaming some Darktide on my game stream. Well, we do have a gaming channel on YouTube, but we also have a gaming gaming channel on Twitch. But I might just use the Glorious Badger page. Instead, because it's Warhammery, I can justify it in my brain. All right, there's that chap. Now, hold it together just for a second longer, and then all right. So, let us get this bad boy on. There is a couple of sockets on this over on the stomach, and there's some pipes which do they match up? One of them does. I was thinking that was another socket right there, but it's not, so don't worry about that. But this big bit of tubing goes straight into his like torso right there, so like so. That's basically all there is to it. So let's get that done. There are some like indentations for it to go to get this needle. Oh dear. It's supposed to be quite a hot week here in the UK. Definitely noticed it's quite toasty today. Definitely quite toasty today. It's 27 Celsius, which for me is personally 2 degrees more than it should be. I can cope with up to about 25 before I start melting. Thankfully, I've got sweet air conditioning, and but even then, I Thoroughly dislike it. No, it isn't. It isn't Twitch. No, it's YouTube. How you doing today, Martin? I hope you're well. Happy Tuesday to you. We're just attempting to stick this miniature together and failing every so often. These Necromunda kits, they can be a bit fiddly. However, we have lots of glue, and we have, you know, we're just gonna have to use lots of strength and glue. Hopefully, we'll make it work. I hope you're well though. Happy Tuesday to you. Okay, this is getting a bit irritating. All right, so I have to apply pressure to multiple parts at the same time, and hopefully they will all listen and glue together properly. It is. I know it's you, Butters. I don't know if I should call people by their Twitch name on YouTube or just stick to their YouTube name. I think for sort of I don't know, clarity's sake, I'll stick to the YouTube names, even though I know full well what their Twitch name is. Icarus Falling, hello, how you doing today? Lifts false moustache. I didn't recognise you, Martin. With that false moustache, it almost got me. You got a job interview? Nicholas, this is going to be a magnificent opportunity for you. All right? I know you don't want to go. I know you want to stay here and just chill with the badger. However, it's going to be a magnificent thing. All right? You're going to the interview's going to go well. You're going to get the job. It's going to be a great day. Well, listen, Martin, I can call you by your Twitch name if you prefer. It doesn't bother me at the moment. Like, when I assume if this channel ever grows to a huge amount, and then I have to remember Twitch names and YouTube names, and like there's. However, I could, you know, it's all right. I wasn't sure if you... Oh, no, I knew your secret identity, yeah. It's a job my lady wants me to do because her father works there. But it's a warehouse job. Nicholas, I mean... Where her father is. You call me Nick? Okay, alright, Nick. I can do that. I can do that. I do my best to call people what they want to be called. Like, that's not an issue. It's just I have to remember what they want to be called. So I don't know. I mean, is there room for like improvement in that job? Like, is there what do they call it? Vertical. Hold on. Oh, this part's glued together. I kept applying pressure to this bit, and then that kept flying over the place. So we have finally got there, though. Well, I'm looking at it from this angle, and it looks like it hasn't quite smushed together enough. So let me just deploy more glue. More glue, and then we can just call it dust and weather. Oh, crikey, that is way too much glue. There is such a thing as too much glue, apparently. I just found it. Alright, give me a couple of seconds on this bad boy. Folks, if you are here, tickle that like button. Let's get those likes up. You're going to collect all of Imperium? Oh, hold on. Issue 1 and 2 of Imperium just arrived. Hell yes. I think with those magazines, it's definitely the first issues, which are definitely like the best deals, like financially. All right. Okay, lovely jubbly. Okay. And guess what arrived the other day? Guess what arrived the other day that I tried to cancel? Imperium. Bones of the Martyr. Thingamajiggle's Skull by Tom Horth. Now, I am going to give this a read. And it's in red and green shininess right there. You can see the lighting reflected above. I mean, this is 25 quid. I think, personally, I did try and cancel it. I don't think I'm regretful of it, really. It's I should have just been a bit quicker with getting in touch with them. However, I'm going to give it a read. The book I really am glad I got from Warhammer Imperium was the Art of. I got the Art of Games Workshop book. That's a very nice book. And I have had 47, 50, 49. I'm going to hazard a guess and say 48 as well. 48 delivered. So we got some scenery to paint. So we are going to be painting scenery up on for videos here on YouTube as well. But first of all and foremost, we'll be doing the... I want to do one video for each Legion. So this is the third video. I'm just about to go live with the second one, hopefully tomorrow evening. So do make sure you are subscribed to this channel so you don't miss it. And I can also continue to wiggle my eyebrows suggestively like that. She says there's opportunities, but I don't want to go back to the bottom of the ladder after 8 years in your current profession and being considered. That is a tough one. Yeah. That is a tough one. After I completely understand the not wanting to go back to essentially square one. Has there been any update on whether Stormbringer is getting a full... I don't know. I'm not fully up to date on that situation. That was the one. Unfortunately, when I called them, they said, yeah, unfortunately, it's already been marked and sent out. Even though I emailed them a week before. And said, listen, cancel it. And they said, oh yeah, but we didn't receive the email. I said, well, I definitely sent it. Frankly, it was basically I realized I hadn't called them up, and so I called them between one of these streams and the Twitch stream. So in that half-hour gap, and I didn't fancy getting my heart rate up to such an extent that I was going to flip out. I need part number 4. Oh crikey, this one right here. So I didn't get it cancelled in time. That was my fault. I just pay attention to these letters slightly quicker next time, but it was in the great office cleaning of this year that the part that the letter got lost, basically. Serves me right. You're ahead of me then. It's 49 in the shop. Oh, okay. Well, normally I get like the entire month shipped to me at the same time. Unfortunately, they turned up really early. Like the postman. They turned up at 8:40 in the morning, which is disgustingly early. They should be fast asleep at that time instead of being productive and doing their jobs. Well, you know. I don't know. I think people should still be asleep at 8 o'clock in the morning. I know that is naive, but I think, especially when like having been up at that and heading to work at that sort of time before, I heartily disagree with being awake at that time in the morning. It's disgusting. I think people, you know, anyway. However, it is giving me more books to read, and I love reading, so yeah, happy days there, I guess. So I have been reading a book I've started reading a bunch of books by Douglas Preston and Lincoln Child. I've read them all before, but I realized I haven't read them in about, some of them at least, in about 10 years, so I've started rereading them all. Currently, I've started with their book, Mount Dragon. I don't know if you've seen the film called Relic? Is it The Relic or Relic? relic, I think. And there's also, so yeah, it's I'm having a good old read of that. I seem to remember that I didn't like it the first time, or it wasn't quite appealing to me the first time, and I was slightly, let's go with the word trepidatious about reading it a second time. However, I'm really enjoying it, and I've been powering on through. Happy days. I know they didn't send mine in a massive box, so they didn't bend them. My 4 magazines, they came in a bubble wrap post, like a big brown envelope with 1 layer of bubble wrap in. It got quite bendy in there. I have had stuff in a box before. Usually those stupid the magazine, like the binders, which I haven't really had any of since I was at school 30 years ago. Like, I remember I had a special folder for physics, a special folder for French, chemistry, chemistry, physics, biology, they had folders. I think there was a French one. Geography. History I dropped as soon as I could because I hated it at the time and I regret that. However... dear. Okay, so this... I gotta... So they have, like, these things at the back which they attach further gubbins to. Alright? I thought that attached... like... that. However, I was mistaken. I think I was mistaken. Actually, you know what? I don't think I was mistaken. It looks like I might have been correct somehow. A large bubble wrap envelope would make sense, but I hope they sent mine in at 120 by 30 by 50. Yeah, it was... like, it was... You're not going to be able to see it too well. There's a bit of a bend, like, going on. This magazine just had 2 bits of paint in. Pink Horror. I don't know if I and Wild Rider Red, both of which I own, but apparently needed more of. Big box, yeah. I've definitely had a couple of big boxes from them, like 3, 4, in fact. One which had the hardback book in, and then 3 separate ones which had like the 3 different folder things that we've had. I wouldn't normally keep them, but like when I move house and again, and we have the set thing, like everyone uses like the Icarus, the IKEA shelving. So I'm gonna have all of those there, just to prove that I am a proper nerd rather than just a fake nerd. When you move, I don't know. I don't think I've seen you. Like, I don't think I've had a chat since like we had a viewing last week or the week before, and we did indeed get an offer on the house for £110,000 lower than it's up for. So, do you need certain magazines to complete a build? Some magazines definitely require are like 2-part magazines. Like for, I'd imagine for Bobby G, he is going to be certainly, I think, within 2 magazines, potentially 3. I'm not entirely sure. I'm just trying to remember. There are definitely some kits which do require multiple magazines. Like I know on previous iterations and on the... I can't remember the Age of Sigmar magazine. I can't remember what that was called. There was a couple of magazines which required 2 or 3 ones, especially for the larger miniatures. That's not a bid, that is an insult, exactly. But unfortunately, like, the estate agent, they're obliged to tell us the offers. But so, like, yeah, it's £110,000 below what the house is currently on the market for. And the price is a good price for what we're up for. It's just, people are just... My mother's house, she had an offer for £70,000 or £80,000 below what she's asking for, and with the current state of the market, it's very irritating. Sorry, I'm just looking at this. Is this... That's... Yes. It would be nice if they did like a 360 of the... Ah, okay. So I'm trying to put these backpacks on way too low. They actually sort of sit, strangely, quite high up on the back, like a normal backpack would be. But I keep trying to stick this way. So it sticks up quite high up on the shoulders rather than low. So the question is, though, do I paint this? Do I glue this on separately? Do I do a sub-assembly? Oh, I don't know. I'm conflicted. I don't know. So yeah, the price they offered, would it be 4/5 of the value of the house? We were rather miffed, to say the least. So my dad basically told them to bugger off, to put it mildly. $52 and $53 of the Triarch Stalker. Oh, okay. Mostly asking because certain issues are not available or going to be available. Oh, okay. That makes sense. I suspect we'll get a few more over multi... Yeah, like Bobby G, for example. Okay, I think I'm going to paint his... Because that's quite a bit of coverage over his... over the posterior parts. And like trying to paint this area is going to be a nightmare. Even though I can't see it. From this angle, I can just about make out... You can just about make out his... like the strap going over there. So I'm gonna hate myself and do this as a sub-assembly. In the meantime, let me get the other bits and pieces. Part number 6, which is a sort of arm, and part number 7, which is also an arm. I am keeping an eye on the stream, folks. So we will be going over to Twitch. I do a Twitch stream sort of every day. Not every day, that's a complete lie. I would be even more exhausted than I currently am. I do a Twitch stream after every live stream except Sunday. So Sunday I have a longer YouTube stream in the evening, round about 5 p.m. UK time. Just for like a casual hangout and whatnot. But we do so Monday and Tuesday we do an hour on YouTube, and then on Friday evening we also do another hour at, oh crikey, what time was it? 7:30 to 8:30, and then I go live on YouTube, on Twitch at 9 for sort of 3.5 hours ish. Right, onwards and upwards. As long as I can get this kit together, I'll be, well, these two miniatures together, I'll be a happy chappy. This is a sort of missile launcher jobby thingamajiggle. Some Muppet on a motorbike. And what was the other part? 7. Oh, it's that. It's the arm holding the missile launcher. No, Martin, I do completely understand that. I do completely understand that. It will be always good to see, though, when daddy duty is over, though. Or when you get a moment. So I'm looking at chat. This is slightly different. Ever so slightly different from Twitch. And still trying to get used to it. It's, ooh, hello. Oh, hello. This is a different... I was expecting just an arm. This is like an entire sort of... Oh, it's just the arm, but with an extra bit of sort of cape action going on. Is that going to affect the backpack situation? I guess time will tell. I hope the family is all good, though. And a bit of a slight drama going on with my brother's family. Everything seems to be okay according to people, though. However, that is about it, really. Alrighty. Folks, I do want to say thank you very much again for hanging out with me today. It's always a lovely thing to see people in chat chatting away. We are slowly moving towards 500. What do you call them? Subscribers, not followers. Subscribers here on YouTube. Once that lands, that means it unlocks the community tab, so that I can start sort of, I don't know, potentially asking questions and doing polls and stuff for like what people want to see in the future, rather than just stuff I guess, like I'm sort of guessing that what people would like to see. So yeah. So that arm's, oh god, that actually fits in quite nicely. Let's make the most of that. Family, yeah, it's just one of my nieces, my youngest niece. Like, I don't really want to get into huge detail, but basically she had to go to hospital, and looks like she had quite a rare thing going on. However, it does look like that it is going to be under control, and she is going to be okay. No sort of lasting things going on, thankfully, because, well, that would have been terrible. Everyone is well. Your wife is popping out for an hour and a half, so pausing work to look up. Oh, okay. Well, I was going to say I understand that. I don't really, but yeah, no, it's yeah, she's just been in hospital for a few days, and it looks like she'll be in there for a bit longer, but obviously they're like, it's their first time parents as well, so been worrisome for them as well. There we go. He's got a little hand. I believe that this chap, this person, is hefting a sort of weird rocket launcher. How long have I been streaming for today? Oh god, I've been live an hour longer than intended. No, sorry, not an hour. 10 minutes longer than intended. What I will do is I'm going to have to look at the box art just to double check that exactly how this hand is being held. I'm going to quickly look at this. We can have a quick look at it together before we... Okay, so that's the one we're building right there. The charge caster. Okay, so he's kind of got his hand... I'll glue this arm on and basically be happy with the progress that we've done today. It's only the 2 miniatures that we've built, and frankly, that's all I really expect in a stream of this length. Like, obviously, we've got lots of chat to do, so certainly would hate to ignore any chat going on, which would be a disaster. So it kind of goes together just like that. So I'm just going to have to wing this and hope to hell that we don't... I'll put a bit of glue there just in the hand, and hopefully I haven't just made it look awful. Although, by the looks of it, I may have. Been very weird building miniatures recently. I feel I had a weird kind of suspicion that I've been putting them together in a weird fashion. There we go. Nikki, hello, how's it going? What's cracking? Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. What's going on? We're just slowly building the Ash Waste Nomads. Well, we're only going to be building like a little bit of them, truth be told. This is like a little warm-up stream for the old Twitch stream where we're going to be painting... Oh, hello. We'll be painting up this chap. We were doing the purple clothes, well, the purple robes yesterday. Just chilling out, painting some purple is basically makes me happy. Painting purple and magenta. So that's what we did yesterday. We're going to go back and visit him again and do a bit more So the white robes. I'm going to yet again avoid painting the non-metallic sword and refining the sort of brass, bronzy colour that I would be started on. Just because, frankly, I don't want to do it. I need a bit more of a gap between painting that again. So, we got to... Am I going to stick his head on? I'm painting his backpack separately. I think I'll stick his head on. And then basically call it a day because we'll be moving over to Twitch. You'll follow... Hello, Muley. How you doing today? Happy Tuesday. That was some beautiful singing. And if you liked that, do remember to like the stream. All right? We will be going over to Twitch very shortly once I've stuck this person's head on. Actually, I don't even know if I'm going to stick his head on, truth be told. I might just remove it from the sprue. I need to go and hang my laundry up. I know everyone's going to be very excited about that. Stream elements. Okay, you have that command as well. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Anyway, so we will be painting up these cheeky rascals. We'll do some of them on Twitch, but these particular ones, the ones I'm building right now, the two sort of, I think one of them is a character. One of them is more like a champion or something. We will paint those up here on YouTube. I don't know if we'll do them as sort of a live stream at some point or like a specific video. Probably one of each is what will happen, but they won't be done for a bit. I've got another 15 of these videos to do. Hopefully the second one will be going live Wednesday evening at around 7 UK time. I don't know if that's the best time to drop videos yet, but we'll see. Do make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, and you got the bell for notifications going, etc, etc, etc. You know, all that sort of YouTube stuff that everyone does. And I wouldn't want to miss out on any of getting in on that nonsense. Will there be a laundry stream? That is on a specific channel, and it's, you know, very specific. No, we won't be. No. It will be hot and steamy, though. You got the same name on each, you think? I believe you do, Icarus. Yes, you do. I'm going to quickly attach this person's head. And then I'm just going to call it a day, because I have run slightly over. I think. Let me just check the actual time. Yes, I've gone over by 11 minutes. I would like to make these... Hello? I would like to make these streams a bit longer, but... I don't know. One thing at a time. One thing at a time. Thank you for the likes on this stream. I know it might seem a bit ridiculous. Liking a thing, but the more likes, then the more chance of this getting some love from the algorithm overlord. There you go. Happy days. Obviously his backpack is going to be done separately. We'll be attaching that after, like as a sub-assembly, and painting it separately. Just because I want to paint that strap, and I know it's going to be a nightmare painting it as one piece. But however, we got both bits done as far as we wanted to today. I'm very happy about that. I would like to say thank you very much for hanging out with me today. You've all been absolutely majestic. As always, let me mash the wrong button again. Let me type in social. Oh, it's already been done. It's already been done right above me. Thank you, Nightbot. However, what I am going to do is I'm going to end this stream. You've all been absolutely lovely. I'll be lurking on Twitch. Gonna work a phone call. I completely understand, Nikki. Thank you so much for all the lurks. Thank you, everyone, for the lurks. You've all been absolutely delicious. I'm going to press the correct button and end this stream. I'll see you on Twitch in about 20 minutes. Thank you very much, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.